You find something you believe you can do, and then be willing to make sacrifices for it, and then have mentors along the way. I guess if it was something that was a pipe dream, I had enough sensible people around me to say, nah, you're just being stubborn now. But I could always check with those because I know there's something here, keep pushing. Even in those periods, I had people who knew where I was going. They were able to map out for me to say, oh, take this step here, take this step there, and all. There has to be a strong sense of belief, that you have as a young person, and you don't want to trade that off. I think that many times it comes as stubbornness,
doggedness.
Yes, people would interpret it sometimes as stubbornness, but you've got to be dogged. Because a thin line between being dogged and being stubborn. One of the things you've got to do is, this is what I can do. I mean, for my guys at the agency, I always shout reference. Find a reference.
Okay.
Like a reference will guide you. Like you say, okay, I want to do fashion.
Okay.
Don't just sit in your room and say, I want to do fashion, I want to do fashion, I want to do fashion. Like, find a business reference. Anywhere you're learning, just stay there. Like, people don't get it, especially when you're starting out. It's more important to learn than to earn.
Exactly. My name is Oluwa Adekoya, and I'm your host for Tiki Talks. What is Tiki Talks, you might say? Tiki Talks is your career and business podcast where you learn about how to grow and how to navigate on your career and business journey. Did you just finish school? Are you 0 to 5 years out of school? There's definitely one or two things that you can learn on Tiki Talks. So make sure you follow us on YouTube and IG. Tiki Talks is TIKKYTALKS, Tiki Talks. Ensure you're following us and catch up on all the other previous episodes that we have on YouTube and on Instagram. Hello and welcome to today's episode of Tiki Talks. And today I have with me the amazing Mr. Korede Zakariya.
Hello.
And Korede is the founding partner of Old Lagos, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he has, such an amazing story that we're going to delve right into it. So let's just get straight into it. So I think we should start from school. What did you study in school?
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I actually studied English education.
Jesus! I have no idea. I'm sorry.
Interesting.
Oh my God.
I wanted to. So all my life, I'd been, when I'm that child who grew up always arguing. So everybody thought I was going to do law.
Yeah.
My mom's best friend used to call me the law.
Interesting.
I liked Gani Fawe. I was going to be an activist. Fast forward, jammed me.
Oh my God.
I was willing to wait, but my father just went to school and got me a course.
Oh my God, just do something.
I remember even as a year 2 in Unilag, I would see people in white and black.
Oh.
And one day I literally had tears in my eyes.
Are you for real? Wow.
Yes, I studied. I hated. I mean, I respect teachers, but I knew there was no way I was going to teach. You can't trust me with your children to teach them English.
No, but one thing I didn't mention, Mr. Korede is an amazing father to 3 lovely children. And I see those children. And now you talk a lot about, parenting and all that. Come on, you turned out a great father. You tried.
The fear was, I'm a little, is it dyslexic or there's one?
Dyslexia, but no, you are not, in Jesus' name.
It's too late. So I read things, sometimes I will jump words and just read. So I used to imagine just someone's child going home and then the parent just seeing the sentences mumbled. It was a big fear.
God.
Like, I'm not going to.
Oh my God.
It was a big fear. But yes, I didn't do law. Interestingly, but I'd always been someone that liked ideas and would always talk to people about ideas. Kind of critical, like, oh, this thing could be better. Why didn't they do it like this? So I don't like this movie. Like the guy who spoiled the movie for everyone by predicting the end. And this guy is going to kill this person. He's going to kill this person.
I can imagine the kind of child that you were. All those annoying children.
I could not just stop talking. So I had mentors, which was something very good for me at very early on. And then one day, one of them asked me to go and do a copywriting test. I didn't even know what that was.
Where were you? Had you finished school?
I was still in school.
Okay.
So I was.
And you had mentors in school?
Yes, I had working mentors, not even in school.
Interesting.
So I had working mentors. So someone had reached out to him that they needed a copywriter.
Okay.
He used to be a copywriter. Then he messaged that I should go for the test. I didn't even know what it was. So he had to give me a book. Say, okay, read this book. When you get there, you see. It's like, I got there. Luckily, there was someone writing the test. So I saw what he was doing. I said, oh, this is what we're supposed to do. I'm supposed to write story. I said, writing the story. But I knew, I just knew that I would forget class. After that, I found what I'm going to do with my life, and that's how I got into advertising. So I just knew
this was it for you.
They were wearing jeans on Tuesday.
They were not wearing white and black.
They were not wearing white and black. They were wearing jeans on Tuesday. I kind of stayed behind, talked to all of them. They just looked cool. I said,
so they didn't look like the black serious people with wig.
I'm no longer an activist.
So no regrets.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful that I didn't go that path.
That's great, great. So after school, how did you? Because there's a difference between desire. Oh, this is what I want to do, and then
what was interesting was I kind of knew that was what I wanted to do. So I placed my bets on it. And I think that's something that there has to be a strong sense of belief, that you have as a young person, and you don't want to trade that off. I think that many times it comes as stubbornness.
Doggedness.
Yes. People would interpret it sometimes as stubbornness, but you've got to be dogged. So what I did was, I remember I Googled early days, all the ad agencies in Nigeria.
Wow.
And it was during the recession.
Interesting.
So I Googled all the agencies in Nigeria. I didn't even know that I needed a portfolio. So I would go there, I would knock.
Wow.
So till tomorrow, I don't like receptionists because
they showed you Pepe. I can imagine.
What is what I say? I can remember a particular.
I can imagine how small you were looking at
kind of
small boy.
I can do it. I remember once I knocked on. I was so insistent that the creative director, who later became a colleague, a senior colleague, said, "See, young man," over the phone, was talking to the reception. He said, I don't have a job for you, but I'll come out and shake your hand because you really tried. And I took it like a win. And someone shook my hand.
Wow.
Someone shook my hand. And then finally, the same mentor then said to me after like a year, because my brother was like, see, you have go and teach. I said, I'm not teaching. This is what
so
I
you
want
weren't
to
doing anything after school?
I wasn't.
Okay. So you were just going.
I was just going.
You were dogged at going to
like
different agencies because that's what you wanted, and you were focused on it.
I still know the name of streets in Lagos because
Wow.
that was where the agency was.
Oh
like
my God.
I came here. I was just knocking on doors, and then he said to me, he said, go and work for free now. It's like, what do you mean work for free? Say, hey, go tell them you work for free, that they don't need to pay you. And then I got into an agency. I can't forget. The idea was just give me a chance to learn and all. And I was there for 5 months, and they were paying me 9,000 naira.
They were even, at least they
was
they were paying you something.
The painful thing was when they said they were going to provide, I don't even need your money, just teach me. I was like 2 months, I don't have transport money. I said, you people owe me like 3 months, so they put it together. So they put it together for me, and 5 months in, then they gave me a role.
Oh wow!
Then they withdrew the role.
Why did they withdraw the role?
So the thing was, and that's another thing, because I had mentors. I had mentors since I was like maybe 17, 18. And they were corporate guys.
Okay.
I didn't know that when you get to the corporate setting, that you're supposed to be afraid of your guy. I didn't know.
So you were just doing it.
I was just, so someone say, who has a contrary opinion? I say, sir, I don't, like, to the MD.
Oh my God.
So the MD, they just withdrew my.
Welcome to office
They
politics.
withdrew my employment. Then they themselves, the guys I was working with, then phoned another creative director who had an agency, Noah's Ark today. So I then went in, and then very, very interesting story. So my mentor was a reference or referee on my CV. And then I found out that he was an investor in that new agency.
Wow.
So I said, I will beat this man.
Wow.
Why did you make me go?
Like really?
So I just was like, you know, to Jade guy. I said, yes, I know. I said, he's my friend. He's suffering. But it was good. It was very good that I went through that. So I would say that if you find something you believe you can do, and then be willing to make sacrifices for it, and then have mentors along the way. I guess if it was something that was a pipe dream, I had enough sensible people around me to say, nah, you're just being stubborn now. But I could always check with those because I know there's something here. Keep pushing. So I think that's what I would advise anyone. There are things that you can do. There are businesses, there are talents that you've got, but you might need to put some sacrifice behind it, and then have some guidance. I think that really worked for me. It was that even in those periods, I had people who knew where I was going. They were able to map out for me to say, oh, take this step here, take this step there, and all. Yeah.
It's amazing, right? You know, there are some talents that people have, but because other people have laughed at you, because people say you talk too much, keep quiet, you know, and it's very common in this part of the world, like keep quiet, you talk too much, but that in itself can be turned around in a positive direction.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, what are people laughing at you about, right? And then what are the things that you can do with those, because every single person has talent.
Yeah.
Even though they tell you, oh, you don't have any talent, you know, you are useless and all that, but it probably is that thing that people are laughing at that will be your key.
I mean, absolutely, especially if you can. I think one of the things that you have to do, because the thin line between being dogged and being stubborn, one of the things you've got to do is, this is what I can do. I mean, for my guys at the agency, I always shout reference. Find a reference.
Okay.
Like a reference will guide you. Like you say, okay, I want to do fashion.
Okay.
Don't just sit in your room and say, I want to do fashion, I want to do fashion, I want to do fashion. Like find a business reference. Find a reference. It can be any,
so profound.
Find a successful reference. Don't find someone an available reference. So find a successful reference that just puts, that's how you will know that, okay, there is a future in this. So the power of referencing is, you know, so I wasn't just Googling, I was searching Nigerian agencies, I was searching global
international agencies as well.
Right, I was searching global agencies, and then you build your body of knowledge around that subject matter. So you go to the past and say, where did this start from? You can't say you want to build a fashion business, for example. You don't know Louis Vuitton. You don't know where they started from. You don't know their story.
You just like clothes.
You just like, I can sew. You know, you've got to really do that groundwork. You know, which was something I kept doing. So once I went for that test, the bad part was I started feeling like toxic. Like, in education that you do your faculty course, then you go and do your
I used to pity those education people. No.
You do like 15 courses later. I just kept carrying D after that.
Oh my God.
Because after that I just had Ogilvy on advertising, this on that. So people that we went to school together, when they meet me and say, what are you doing? I say, I'm not. You were carrying the book.
Can you imagine?
You know, from like year 3. You know, so you've got to find references, right? You go back and you say, okay, who has been successful doing this?
In this field.
Nigeria, global, and all that. And you almost have to educate yourself. In that regard.
Amazing. So tell us a bit on how you grew in the field, you know. So now you have, you know, your own agency and all that. So how did you pivot to that?
So how did I pivot to my own agency? I was sort of a journeyman. Which is painful. Maybe God is paying me back for all the sins of my past. I'm just joking. So along the way, there was a competition.
Okay.
There was an advertising competition to like as at then, and I still think till now, the number one advertising school. So advertising is a vocational course.
Okay.
Right, especially creative advertising.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily like professional. It's more vocational in terms of training for creative advertising.
Okay.
So the school it's called the Miami Art School.
Okay.
So I saw an ad where they wanted to give a scholarship, and I just, in my mind, I just felt like they were going to give 10 people. And I said to myself, I can't be in an industry where they will count 10 people and I shouldn't be one of them. And you are not part of them. And before now, I've never won anything in my life. I'm like just coasting. Like my mom, my mom was that one, not necessarily single, but kind of single, like who would open your semi-literate. She just open your result card those days, and she would check red or blue.
Oh my God!
So it was red or blue. So if you had blue,
you are good. So, whatever the blue is,
don't worry.
Even if it lets my people go, as long as it's
51,
blue,
52. So, all right. So that was how I grew up, like just red or blue. I'm like, because see red is well, I'm at home, right? I'm good. So that was my mom. So this was like the first time uni I finished a 2-2.
And you even tried? Come on!
No,
in English education, no.
You tried. People in my class were surprised that I finished a 2-2. Not like I'm not a 2-2 material.
Of course.
Like that's the problem. Like, so they said they would take 10 people and they would give scholarships. I just felt like, Abba, then if they are taking 10 people in this, and young people, not all these my guys, I have to be one of them now. So I kind of did the test, and then I got a full scholarship.
Wow!
To the Miami Art School.
Interesting.
So I actually went to America.
Oh wow!
And then interned in like 3 places.
For real?
Yes.
Was that your first time out of the country?
That was my first time out of the country.
I can imagine how happy your mom was.
It was so again. I always say this. I'm a product of a village, right? So like God has really blessed me with people. I remember the day that they were doing the award ceremony. I was with a friend, and I'd heard another guy who was like a senior had won the scholarship.
Okay.
So I was not telling my friend that someone has already won now. That if they now give me half scholarship, where will I get the money? to pay for the rest. So my friend was like, no, go now. You don't know what God can do. I said, okay. So I went. So for that thing where you're like watching the Oscars and you're like, you know who will win.
Oh
my God. Now call the president.
Yes.
Like, why is he presented as if not the win? So I was actually eating. I say, and the winner, Korede Zakariya.
Who?
Me. So I jumped up. So I remember I walked so I grew up in Omole Estate. So I have like a foster mom in Omole Estate too. So I walked all the way from like Agidingbi. I was just walking very fast around 11 at night.
PM.
Yes, I was banging her door. Bang, bang. She was sleeping. She was sleepy. So she was saying, and she's a no nonsense kind of woman. So she just came to the gate. Who is there?
Korede.
She opened the gate. She just turned back. And she was going. I was like, Auntie, I won. I call her Auntie. I said, Auntie, I won. Said, she thought it was the football match in the afternoon.
Oh my God.
so she was like, I know. I said, no, I won the scholarship. Oh. She just carried me up. And it was. So then I went to my mom, and then I told my brothers. Initially, I was supposed to go to Spain. And I contacted the school. They said, no, you could pick any campus. I said,
wow.
Any campus.
Almighty America.
So I went there. I almost dropped out because I got tired. I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Again, my mentor was there to say, guy, just finish it, whatever it is. So it was in between. So there was like a 3 months break where I'd come renew my visa.
Okay.
I came and I went back to my former agency to so the visa was delayed. It was supposed to be 1 month, then it turned to 3 months. So like, I have 2 months.
Okay.
This was me, like I wasn't sure I wanted to go back. So I had 2 months. So I went back to my agency and said, now let me just freelance for the. And I couldn't, it was as though I was having an out of body experience.
Wow.
Because I couldn't believe how much I had learned.
Wow.
Even I was frustrated there. I said, I'm not going back. But when I got, I realized I was resourceful. Before I traveled, I remember one of the last presentation I went for, my boss then, I was so jittery presenting. He put his hand on my hand and said, Korede, calm down. Just tell us the story. Then I'm now back. And after a year, because we're made to stand up and present 4 times every week.
Okay.
So you would present your ideas. And then you're presenting to people who can't even understand your information.
Exactly.
In your mind, like these people are angry. They are this, they are that. I just saw that I had learned so much. I saw that I had learned so much. So I was eager to go back. Like, I don't even care what you people say to me. Like, I know I am.
So that really gingered you.
So training, it's a major part. You've got to, anywhere you're learning, just stay there. Like, people don't get it, especially when you're starting out. It's more important to learn than to earn.
Exactly. Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
it's more important to learn than to earn. Especially at the beginning stages.
What you want to do. I know sometimes I see people, some of my guys like, I want to leave. I say, where are you going? So I say, no, you can't go. Because you are not going to learn anything there.
And there might be more money, right? Be more money. But what's the learning opportunity there?
And if you look at it long term, the more money, you will still make that money.
Exactly.
That's what people don't get. Like, you move for 100K.
What's the rush? Like, when you can even get times 10, times 100 of that, you know.
You have a boss who is taking you into rooms that you shouldn't be in. You're doing presentations that you shouldn't be doing. You're answering questions you shouldn't be asking. But you want to move for 100K for somewhere.
Wow.
Like, because it's closer to home. No. Stay where you are.
But there's Lagos traffic.
Go through it. It will pay off.
There's Lagos traffic.
I'm telling you, it will pay off. Because I saw how much I had learned. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was shocked. Like, this was not someone telling me. So I didn't need anybody to tell me. It was myself. Like, so I went back. By the time I went back, my confidence was back. Everything was back. My performance got better. I got a job offer because I had internship opportunities.
Okay.
And one of the places I had interned, one of the executive creative directors that said he wanted to offer me a job. I was like, nah, I can't stay here. I said, I have got to go back home.
Wow.
I said, nah, I can't stay here.
You refused a job in America.
Yes.
In America.
I said, I can't stay here.
So what was your driving force to come back to Nigeria?
So there was a faith part of it.
Okay.
To be very honest, there was a faith part of it. But then again, creativity is very cultural. Right? It's very contextual.
Wow. So I never saw it like that.
Yeah,
right?
It's extremely contextual. So you're there, I knew that I would always be second fiddle, not because I didn't have ideas.
Sorry, please, what is the meaning of second fiddle?
Like,
you study English.
Like
we did not study English.
I'll be on the bench.
Okay.
Right?
I know second fiddle. Yeah. I'm not that bad.
I'll be on the bench.
Okay. Yeah.
Because there's a I'm not sure if I can still find it. There's a photo of me on Facebook in a comedy class. One of the classes we had to take was a full-on. The class was a comedy class.
What do you mean by comedy class? They were teaching you comedy.
Yes. So you had a comedian who was like a professor, a retired comedian.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So you will create your own jokes, and then at the end of the class there will be a show where you stand up and perform.
Interesting. Yeah. You stood up to perform.
It's one of the most amazing things. So it's usually 8 weeks. The school term is like 8 weeks, quarter. And because I was on a scholarship, I couldn't fail any class. If you fail the class, they will
lose the
scholarship. And they were all telling jokes, but it wasn't funny to me. I could not laugh. Then when I was telling my own jokes, it wasn't funny to them.
Oh my God!
So there was only one joke that was funny.
Oh my God!
I told you, I said all dogs in Nigeria have the same name, Bingo, and they all laugh.
Can you imagine?
That was the only joke that was funny.
That was the only one they laughed at.
I would watch Basket Mouth, watch Gordons. I'll go there. Like, these people were not laughing.
Can you imagine?
So one guy took a picture and said, Korede, laugh for God's sake. This is a comedy class. So I was really frustrated. But I remember the professor called me. So he really saw I was struggling. So he called me and said, guy, he said, comedy is all around context. He said, so make fun of us for not understanding you. The guy said it in less than 20 minutes. This is like I've been struggling for 8 weeks. In less than 20 minutes, I wrote my monologue. So before the show, all of us knew each other's jokes because we've been building it together. Yeah. Mine was so bad. My experience in the class was so bad that none of them had heard my monologue except the professor. And then the way they would do it is the best will close the show. Okay. The second to the best will open the show. Okay. So it's kind of like then. So I was smack in the middle. They weren't expecting much, and I just started, and the whole hall was laughing.
Oh my God! Wow! And this was the guy that it was only Bingo that they laughed.
It was only Bingo that laughter. How I knew that? Okay, maybe I had an Indian roommate, so we used to call our room Third World. Because we're both very poor, so we rented a room together. After we rented a room together, our beds were like, like boarding house beds.
Those bunk.
Half of it were our beds.
No,
I'm telling you.
No.
I'm telling you, we're on the floor like this.
Oh, it was really third world.
We were third world.
I agree.
It was like really third world.
I agree.
But we didn't have friends, so nobody used to come and visit us. We're just by ourselves. So after I'd written it, then I read it to him, and he was just laughing. Wow! I said, "Can you funny?" I said, "Hello, can you funny?" So I then went, and because the class was unusually big that year, they had two. So they did like an eliminatory show. Okay. And then I qualified for the main show. Wow! I was like, "Wow!"
I get qualified.
I was telling you so. So it's very contextual, right? I mean, I didn't grow up watching Friends. Probably saw it. I didn't.
You grew up watching what?
Baba Jasco. So how do you advertise to that audience? And it's interesting because when I came back to Nigeria, it became a struggle because I saw a lot of Nigerians, like creatives, looking at those foreign works and trying to mirror those foreign works.
But meanwhile, love what you said about creativity being very contextual, right? Yeah. So and that was what changed the game for you over there, right? Yeah. And it applies anywhere. Everywhere. It applies everywhere, really. You need to be creative in your own context.
There's you've got to be original. You've got to be authentic. So I tell my guys at the office, I say that I said if you've ever convinced someone on anything, a creative person. Wow. If you've ever convinced someone, you got into trouble with your girlfriend, your creativity, you have to go. You have to say, okay, what line will I tell her? What song? You write jingle. Just singing jingle. If you've ever, I said, so stop thinking that. I said it's applying yourself to your audience. Yeah. So you're like, okay, so if I offend this person, I will buy shawarma. But if I offend this
other person,
I'll keep
quiet. It's not shawarma.
I'll just get out of the way. And so that's creativity. It's problem solving really, but putting the customer at the center of your and then being humble enough. So there's that humility part that is lacking where you don't try to impose how you see the world. Yeah. Because you're trying to convince that person. So you're like, okay, what will this person like? Right? And then you kind of really study the person. Sometimes people don't even know how much they love something. Yeah. Then you kind of blow that in. They're like, oh my God. But they actually gave you the codes that you use.
Amazing. That's so amazing. Like so many tidbits, so many things to learn along your journey, right? Yeah. So now, how did you now get into
Old Lagos?
Yeah.
I think Old Lagos was okay. This is where I will I'm a faith guy.
Please,
right?
feel free. Feel free.
So Old Lagos, I'd gotten into a group was being formed, and I was invited to join the group.
Okay.
And
A group of
a marketing comms group.
Okay.
Like 360 advertising, media, everything. And there was a design firm that wanted to kind of move more into advertising and all. So I was invited to join them and to be a partner in the business, an equity partner, which I gladly did. But I knew that, and this is interesting. My entrepreneurial journey is very funny. Joining them made me realize I lacked a lot. So I was a creative guy. We're winning businesses. But I kept thinking, when we become as big as we're going to be, what will my place be here? Because there were many things they shielded me from. Right. It was just like, we'll handle the business.
You handle the creativity.
Do the creativity and all that. And so I kind of got tempted. Sometimes I'm looking at I should have
just leave me where I am. Let me be doing my creativity.
So I knew that I wanted to do that, but I thought, okay, I can do this. Then I will do content on the side still. But then after I just felt impressed to start an agency. I felt like the Lord was leading me to start an agency, and then we started.
Please, when you say we started, like, where's the money? Because it's not money that they used to.
So it's faith. So it's a very, it's a pure. I remember. So the wife you marry or the husband you marry comes into place. I just told my wife, I said, we can't do content again. I don't think that's what God wants us to do. It's like, but so she was like, what are you going to do? I said, okay, I'm going to resign. I'm going to get a normal job because we had taken a pay cut. The family had grown and all that. I'm going to take a normal job. And also I resigned. I took a normal job. And
she didn't think you were, anyway, she had been married to you for some years.
So my wife knows if I say, let's go this way, God is leading us. I have track record.
Which is very important.
Yeah, I have track record.
There are some people that don't have track record are trying to force their wives into something.
If you don't have track record, I have track record. So like, okay. So I then said I was going to do that. So I got a job, the easiest job in all of my life. It was on the island, but I'd been creative director in 3 places before getting that job. And I wasn't like the head creative director. So it was easy. So there was just this mutual respect. Oh, help us do this. Okay, I'll do it. I'll bring it to you by 10:30. So I'll just run into the office. He has all the scripts, everything. And then the Lord then said, it's time for you to do your own. It's like, I'm enjoying this job. The money is good. The stress, I'm not the one everybody's looking to. Like I said, no. So I didn't, but I don't be like me. I didn't plan. I didn't have them.
No. We should be like you in terms of following God.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So be led.
You know. But plan. Government, no plan. The only thing my wife asked for is just give me the next rent.
Actually, let's have a roof over our head.
That was the only.
We don't want to sleep on the road.
That was the only thing, the next rent. So I gave her. But then I was blessed in that immediately we got a client. So it's like, okay, that was God luring me out.
Yeah.
Then 3 months later, the clients fired us.
Away.
Yeah. So I learned the biggest lesson of my life. So it's like, okay, now you've left, you've been fired. So we started waiting. And then it's just been divine providence. After a while, I still had to get like a freelance gig that I was doing on the side for the agency. Then we got a small client and I had a freelance gig on the side, which was what really helped. So the freelance gig was paying for the family, the small client, almost everything he paid. So we're oversubscribed. We're over delivering, right? Because it wasn't to make any money. It was just putting everything back in the business. Hired people. That was kind of the nucleus of the first team that we started. Then we got into a big pitch, which miraculously we won.
Wow.
We won the pitch, and that's been what has carried us. A financial corporation that has a group of companies under it. And then we've done that. So I would say that's it. But new learnings, completely new learnings. The business versus the technical is two different things. I have to go back to school now to learn the business side of it and all that. So that's the way.
Such an amazing story from Korede. I had so many things that I have picked up, you know, the learning before the earning, and how even if you're a founding partner, you're a big boy, you're still learning. Right? And there's also the technical part versus the business part. So a lot of people start out in business with the technical part, but don't stay there. You know, you need to learn how to do business, because it's not just about a fashion designer, I'm a creative, you know, I do this, you know. There's a way to do business that if you have to pay for school, pay for it.
You will learn that. That one, that is not a voluntary learning. It's an involuntary.
It's by force. It's by force. I mean, or else you'll be hungry.
My accountant will just come and say, please, Felicia, can we schedule a time where you will take me through this?
Oh my God.
Because I don't understand what you're saying right now. So yes.
Yeah. So it's really important to learn. And one thing I also picked from your story is mentors.
Yeah.
Because you said from when you were 16, you had mentors along the way, and people guided you appropriately, even when you felt that you were not doing, you didn't know what you were doing, but you always had somebody guiding you and all that. And, you know, your experience when you came back from the US and you went to work in your old office, you know, it just points to me that there's sometimes when you know something, but you have downplayed it.
Yes.
You have downplayed, and you felt, it's nothing. What do I know? And which is the importance of community as well. You know, realize people that would encourage you and highlight that fact that, oh, you're good in this, you're good in this. And sometimes you also have to do some inward looking to say, okay, I may be useless at this, but hey, there's something I can do. There's something I can do, you know. And then those trainings and learnings, they're all adding up. Adding up. So you were in the school for a while. You didn't even realize how much you had learned, you know, until you had to put it to good use. Such an amazing story. I'm so happy that we had Korede here with us today. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope you've learned something. I'll encourage you to go back, listen to it, you know, pick up a thing or two. So whether you're in career or you're in business, there's definitely something that we can learn from Korede's story. And so till we see you again, please follow us on YouTube, Tiki Talks, on IG, Tiki Talks as well. And it's Aureolua signing out. Thank you.
Bye.